specs helping you to do what you need to do?
I'm nearsighted, so it's much easier for me to see close up than it is to see far away. So, being able to see important things like the play clock on a field goal or a kickoff, I need my specs to be able to see that. See the uprights from 50 yards away. That's helpful to be able to have a really nice, sharp image. But no, I don't think that they hold me back in any other way. They just, help me see as clearly as I can and help me be the best kicker that I can be.
And contacts aren't, it's not something you want to do or try to do, or LASIK or anything like that?
I've tried to wear contacts in my eyes. I just can't handle it.
As you guys take a look at this game and everything that's at stake, I mean, in essence, it's the SEC East Championship. I mean, because the winner goes to Atlanta and the loser's out. How do you guys look at that? How can you use that as a factor of motivation, I suppose?
I don't think we're really looking at it that much. I think we're just looking at them as the next team on the schedule. It's the most important game of the season because it's the next game on our schedule for us. We don't need to create any more pressure than is necessary. We just need to go at it with the mindset that we're going to do everything we possibly can to be as prepared for this game as we can be, and we're just going to try and get ready for another physical battle. It's going to be physical through and through. We're expecting it to be a great game, but we're just going to prepare how we know how to prepare to try and win.
Rodrigo, you've talked before about how much you appreciate the support you get from Georgia fans. Did that moment 2 years ago, and like Jake was asking about the helmet and stuff like that, did it seem like the switch just kind of flipped, that overnight all of a sudden people kind of knew who you were and you had to, off the field, you kind of had to adjust to things differently?
I don't know if that was necessarily a moment where people began to know who I was. I think that people started to know who I was when I actually missed my first career field goal against Ole Miss, and the internet kind of flamed me, and that was a rough introduction to my college career, but I think I'd say it was necessary for me to just learn the mindset that I needed to just improve and try and develop whatever ways I possibly could. I think after that game, it went from people roasting me for being a kicker with glasses that still can't see the uprights to make a field goal. It went to, oh, his glasses actually help him make field goals. So I think that a lot of attention kind of changed to being positive at that point, and it's just been awesome to be at this point where I am right now. Just from that moment, it's just been an incredible journey so far.
And then to follow up on that, I mean, you've had that kick, you've had the Rose Bowl kick, and the National Championship kick. Those are the three biggest kicks that I can recall in your career. I mean, just what does that say about your readiness for that big type of moment, and how do you kind of look back on those?
I just try and look back on it as me executing my job for my team in that situation. I always try and treat every single kick that I line up for the exact same way, whether it's halftime of the Rose Bowl, we're down 17, or in overtime of the national championship game and we're tied at 20, whatever the case may be. I just want to try and create the same scenario in my mind that I just need to go out and execute for the team, because that's what they need from me in that moment. If the situation happens to be a high-pressure situation and I execute for them, then that's awesome. I'm putting them in a position to succeed. Other than that, I just try and treat every single rep the exact same way in that moment. Reflect on it afterwards.
You become something different when you step on the field. Do you consider there's two different people, that you're a different guy off the field than you are on the field? Does a certain sort of persona take over when you're out there between the lines?
I like to think that I take it very seriously when I step out on the field. I just try and get as focused and dialed in as I can possibly be when I'm out there. And anything that isn't about the game at hand and what's going on the field, I really try and not concern myself with.
Rodrigo, sorry if this was asked before, but 2 years ago, when Kirby sent you out there, can you share the feelings? Do you remember the feelings that you had as you went into that moment?
I think the feeling was just, your team is trusting in you to be able to go out and do what you're good at. So just do your job and make them proud.
How nervous were you?
I wasn't all that nervous. I like to think that I was just more calm and collected in that moment, just trying to stay focused on myself and stay focused on my muscle memory and everything that allowed me to reach that point.
Rodrigo, do you pay like attention to the stats? Like Kentucky leads they've got a really good defense this year. Nobody has scored more than 20 points on them. And so if that holds true, the lower scoring this thing is, the bigger your role could be. And as far as key field goals, do you study all that and realize the importance of, when you're playing a really good defense?
I try not to pay too much attention to that. I think just the only statistics that I'm concerned with are my own and the statistics that I contribute to the team. So I'm looking at field goal percentage, I'm looking at touchback percentage, I'm looking at field zone percentage, which is how much of the time that I hit the ball where the coaches are asking me to on kickoff and things like that. Those are really the only ones that I'm going to be concerned with.
Can you kind of pinpoint